guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sonja, and today I'm sharing with you 3 fall soup recipes. These are easy comfort food type of recipes, and I hope you enjoy them. So let's get cooking. I am making vegetable soup. My family didn't want to eat any meat for dinner, which is fine by me. I love soup all day, every day. So here are some of the ingredients. I'm going to start off with some onion. I'm preheating my cast iron Dutch oven, which is my favorite cookware cast iron. So I'm preheating some olive oil. I'm going to add onion, and then I'm going to follow with some bell pepper, celery, carrots, and potatoes. And then I'm going to add some stock. I have some store-bought stuff that I need to use up, and then some of my own. I'm also going to add a can of these tomatoes, and then also some seasoning. There's garlic, pepper, salt, bay leaf, and smoked paprika in here, and oregano. And then I'm going to finish off with some zucchini and green beans. It was supposed to be corn. I do not have corn, so I'm substituting for green beans. And also some dill, fresh dill, some dry parsley, and garlic, which is really odd for me. You finish it off with that. Usually I put garlic one of the first things, but we'll see. Trying out new recipe. So my onion is just about done. I am going to add my seasonings. To cook this for about a minute. So now that it's ready, I am going to add my potatoes, carrots, celery, pepper, and then I'm going to add my stock and my diced tomatoes. I'm using whole ones. I'll just dice them once I put them in here. I have added everything, and I'm just going to use this tool to crush up my tomatoes, which works really well, and it's from Pampered Chef. I will see if I can find it and link it down below. So I'm going to bring it to a boil, and once it boils, I'm going to simmer it for 25 minutes. And then I'm going to turn it off and add the garlic, dill, and parsley. Well, this soup freezes really well, so don't be afraid to make an extra large batch for lunches. Next soup, I am making Tuscan Tortellini soup in the crock pot, and I have already added some chicken in there, chicken breast in there, as well as some diced tomatoes. And I am using Kirkland's diced tomatoes because I have ran out of all of mine from the freezer. I will also be adding some chicken broth, and I'm using my homemade stuff, and also some cream, Parmesan, Italian seasoning, and you will also need to cut up some onions and garlic and then add those in, as well as some salt and pepper. I love making soups like these because I can set them and forget it first thing in the morning, and they're gonna be done either for lunch or for dinner, depending on when you need them to be done. And you have pretty much a full meal with everything that you need right there. You might just wanna, you can even toss some spinach at the end of cooking just to add a little bit more vegetables. and it is kid friendly. Both my kids and the daycare kids, when I used to run it, absolutely loved this soup. So once you add all your ingredients, you will mix it all up and you are going to turn it on. Well, I turned it on for 6 hours on high. If you are doing this first thing in the morning, I would suggest putting it maybe on 8 to 10 on low. You just want that chicken to cook in there. And then about 20 minutes before the end of cook time, you want to add some frozen tortellini and let that cook in there. And that's it. Simple, easy, and absolutely delicious. The soup that I'm making today is a lentil vegetable soup, and I got a recipe off of a Bowl Full of Lemons story. So I will post the picture right here of the recipe. And I'm not sure whether she has it posted in her highlights, but if you want to check it out, she has a great Instagram and a blog. So go check her out, give her a follow if you like what you see. So I'm making a double batch as usual because if I'm gonna make a soup, I want to make enough. So I have tons for the freezer. So if I want to eat it at a later date, I can without actually going through the whole process of making it again. And soups do taste very good when they're frozen and thawed out because I find the flavors blend even more. So for this lentil soup, you will need onions. So I'm going to tell you what you'll need as far as a single batch, not a double batch. So you'll need an onion, 1 head of cauliflower, 5 to 6 potatoes, the red ones, 3 carrots shredded, and half a cabbage, half a head of cabbage shredded. Then you need a bag of frozen kale. I am using spinach. I'm just using whatever I have left here. And then you need 2 cups, I think, cup and a half of lentils. I have a double batch, obviously, and you want to pre-cook the lentils. So the way to do that is you don't boil them. You bring them to a simmer and then simmer them for 20 minutes. You don't want to boil them because you don't want them to pop. I think I did mine a little bit too long. So the first step is, that was the first step. The second step is preheating the oil. Oh, and you also need 2 cartons of vegetable broth. I am using my homemade chicken broth, just because that's what I have. So I'm preheating the oil, and then I'm going to add my onions, saute them for a little bit, and then the next step will be the potatoes, carrots, and cabbage. So here it is. I'm going to cook this for a little bit before I add the broth. 3 to 4 minutes until cabbage is tender, and then you want to add your lentils, your broth, your Greek seasoning, which I made myself, and I can link up the recipe down below. I like to make my own seasoning mixes. lentils and the broth in here. And now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons, but for one single batch, 1 tablespoon of Greek seasoning. So at this point, you're going to bring it to a simmer and simmer it for 20 minutes. And then you're gonna add broccoli and kale, or in my case, spinach. So the soup has been simmering now for 20 minutes, and I will be adding my broccoli in now. And you need 1 head. I have 2 here. And then all of my spinach. I'm going to simmer it for about 5 minutes, just until the spinach is wilted. You don't want to overcook the broccoli. You want it to be crunchy. And then I'm going to add salt to taste. And that's it. And as you can see, I have a lot of soup here. I've also added red pepper flakes once I was ready to eat it, and I mashed up my broccoli pretty good so it kind of blended in. Well, I hope you had enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.